So as I'm making this, I have just come back from watching the Super Mario Galaxy movie with my friends. We actually went all out of this. We all each went dressed as a different Mario character and whipped out my Mario outfit that I have saved in my closet for special occasions, and it was movie time, baby. I was actually incredibly worried, because when you hype something up as much as I did with this movie, the chance that it might not live up to your expectations just becomes a lot scarier. In my case, I was an anxious mess. It also didn't help that I accidentally caught a glimpse of one review of this movie before I watched it, and it was one of the bad ones. So I was big time panicking, and while I was watching the film, I kept waiting for the moment where things would shift, and I'd understand what those angry critics were on about. But that moment never came. I absolutely loved this movie. It was so good. It was nearly everything I wanted. Which is why it's so crazy to me that there's people out there shitting on it. Like, that's absolutely insane. Did we even watch the same movie? But that's a topic for another video. Nah, I don't want that negativity to affect me today, because yeah, I love this movie and I truly hoped that as many people as possible would share that love with me, you know? Thankfully, it seems that most people that aren't critics do agree with me, because at its worst this movie is completely inoffensive, and at best it is probably amongst my top 3 best theater experiences I've ever had. It was basically me and my buddies just being straight up baffled about how good everything was, just gushing and pointing at the screen and yelling, and gosh, it was so much fun, dude. It was special. Like I said, I was a bit bummed out before the movie, but actually going through with watching it and having so much fun with my friends, with all of us dressed as Mario characters, I was just really happy. This movie is good. It's quite amazing. It's very amazing, really, dude. I loved it. It is by far the best movie to come out of Illumination. Like, I don't know if Nintendo just had a chokehold on them, or I don't know, maybe the animators and creatives behind this just gave way more of a shit about making a Mario movie than the usual Illumination output, but the quality discrepancy here is kind of remarkable. Like, when I'm watching an Illumination movie, I just sort of expect to be bored, cringe at every other line of dialogue, and for the animation to look pretty but just not really be that good or noteworthy. But with the Mario movies, especially this one, it's like I could not guess that Illumination made this movie if I didn't already know. And if this is a sign that they're willing to do better with their featured movies, and also taking into account the fact that the very end of the credits of this film explicitly stated that they do not consent to AI stuff with their movies, I'm just kinda willing to give them a chance and consider that maybe they're more interested in making actually good, remarkable movies. That, or well, it really was just Nintendo's doing that these movies turned out to be good. Like, I straight up just sort of consider them to be Nintendo movies that just so happen to be animated by Illumination. Like, even the credits read like a Nintendo games credits, you know, which is also very good and hype to see. And yeah, the animation is just beautiful. It very much is the most beautiful animated movie I've ever seen. I mean, sure, we've got our Spider-Verses and wild robots and whatnot, and of course they're gorgeous, but this is Mario, you know? It's this world and characters that I just adore, elevated to new heights. And like any good sequel, it's a movie that expands upon the previous one's world and universe in new and interesting ways. The set pieces and scenarios are just, everything is so beautiful and pleasing and creative. I mean, taking things to space actually just sort of felt natural. I know people were like, why did they skip straight to Galaxy for this movie? And like, after watching it, I kinda get it. It was one of the most natural ways that they could have taken this movie universe. And from here on, it feels like the sky is the limit. Like, the galaxy and all its planets should definitely be the setting for the next movies as well. At least Mario movies, or even Smash movies, because I guess if you ever get a Donkey Kong movie soon, I'd rather keep that to the jungle, or maybe underground like Bonanza. Actually, that sounds awesome. They should definitely do that. And a Luigi's Mansion movie. And a Star Fox movie. Like, come on, you can't fool me, Nintendo. You put Fox in this movie just so the Star Fox franchise could kick back into gear and y'all could make a movie about it. I see their plan, man, and I'm telling you, they will 100% do a Star Fox movie, and it might not even take that long. Which sounds awesome, because Fox in this movie was literally one of the best parts. He fit in so well, and he's so cool. Like, I always liked Fox in Smash, and I just basically like most of Nintendo characters and franchises in like a general way, but this actually got me to want to be more into Star Fox. So I'm hoping those leaked new games will be good for me to get started, because he was just so cool, and his role in the story works so well too. I love how well he got along with the others. Dude, just seeing Fox McCloud and super Mario interacting in a movie? What the man, what is this reality that I'm living in? I love how when Mario and Fox meet, it seems like they'll have a rivalry, but it just switches around to the two of them thinking the other is so cool. And I love how they just have Toad straight up look at Fox and be like, oh my god, he's so cool. Like it was literally like Nintendo being, guys, Star Fox is cool, please play it. Which, hey, they're not wrong. Fox is great, and honestly, so are most of the characters. They're actually even more likable here than they were in the first film, in which they are already pretty dang good for me. Mario is my hero. He's nice, heroic, supportive, gentle, caring, considerate, and an all-around helpful guy. He's Mario, you know? I love him. Peach was actually better in this than she was in the previous one. Like, I thought that she was kinda too much in the first movie, too aggressive, too dissimilar to what Peach is at her core in the games. And I don't think Anya Taylor-Joy's voice fits her at all. Like, she's legitimately the worst casting choice, in my opinion. I don't have anything against Anya personally, she just does not fit Peach. But here she's kinder, more gentle, maybe even nicer, and she still manages to kick ass. The difference is that she kicks ass alongside Mario, which was, dude, that's my OTP, okay? I was losing my marbles. Luigi, of course, had way more screen time and presence and just more shit to do, which is good because I love him and he's amazing. And Yoshi too was so funny and cute, and I love him as well, man. I can't help it. I mean, sure, he could have had more stuff to do in the end portion of the film, but that's fine. Hopefully more in the sequel, or maybe a Yoshi's Island movie. Look, man, maybe. Like, I just absolutely love how Mario and Luigi find him and they instantly adopt him and he just becomes their dog. Like, yes, dude, I live for this trio. Name a more iconic trio, dude. You can't. I absolutely loved Bowser and Bowser Jr. in this. Bowser Jr. absolutely lived up to be an amazing antagonist, just like his father was in the first film. Like, he's both adorable and a legit maniac threat. And they nailed, like, just straight up 100% nailed his relationship with his dad. It's legit heartfelt. Like, there's actual good moments with heart of them just being a good father and son duo. It got wholesome and cool and thoughtful and just it was legit exactly what I wanted with them. Bowser was really good too, obviously. I love him. The only weird thing is that he has this semi-arc going on in the mid portion of the movie, where he's just sort of like turning good, but that goes nowhere. Well, not nowhere. The thing is that it just sort of gets reversed. He starts being friends with the bros, but then gets convinced by his son to go back to being super evil. I just thought it was a bit weirdly executed, but I can forgive it considering it worked well to deepen the bond between him and his son. And they're an amazing team. Like, the final battle is superb. Like, the action in this movie is so good. Every set piece and action scene is so well choreographed and creative. It's Mario characters being badasses and doing amazingly cool shit, dude. But I can't stop gushing about this movie. Because, like, you'd expect this movie to be just non-stop action with no room to breathe, just incredibly fast-paced and stuff, but I was surprised to see that there's some legit moments where everything slows down and the characters just talk. They connect, they talk about how they're feeling, and it ends up being sort of beautiful. And that was both the number one thing that I wanted the most in this film, and also the thing that I least expected them to do. And with how crazy and fun and fast-paced this movie's action scenes are, I think it's pretty easy to overlook these scenes. But they're performed so well, so beautifully. Usually with these kinds of animated movies, one of my biggest worries is that the dialogue will just be cringe and forced, and the first movie had a few lines that were a bit like that, though not a lot really. But in this, I think the script was actually really good all around. I think the writing was really good, funny, heartfelt. It just brought a smile to my face multiple times. There's even some heavier serious scenes too, which is just so insane, dude. I won't go into it because I don't want to spoil things, but like, there were some bits where I was just like, holy shit, what's happening? And the score, oh my god, guys, the music is just Mario music. There's no licensed music in this film. I repeat, there's no licensed music in this movie. It's like they actually listened to the criticism of the first film, considering everyone complained about the licensed music bits in that. And here, there's just none. Like none. Zero. Nada. It's just Mario music. Beautiful, amazing Koji Kondo scores brought to life here by the amazingly talented Brian Tyler. Thank you so much, dude. It just elevated every scene. One of my favorites being the one with Mario and Peach on the roof, this one here from the trailer. Mario and Peach's relationship is just so good. Again, they're my OTP, and seeing them so well represented here just made my heart happy all the time. He has a bit of an arc going on here, where he just doesn't think he's worthy of her love, because, well, she's a princess and he's a plumber. That is literally the plot of all my Mario Peach fanfictions. I live for this shit, Dude, oh my god. Like I said, the movie is fast-paced, but these small moments just make us pause and appreciate everything. And while the pace is fast, honestly, it really isn't that much. People kinda tend to exaggerate when talking about this. Like, the previous movie had a way messier pace than this. This film is longer and things are just completely understandable. Honestly, way more than I expected. Like, with how many places and characters that they put in this movie, my biggest worry was that things would just be too much and too little at the same time, you know? Like, we wouldn't be able to follow things properly, or they wouldn't spend too much time in the actual galaxy itself. But it all legitimately worked out super well in the end. One thing that I just wish was different is that I really wish Rosalina did more and, well, had more presence. She has that one scene where she just aura farms like crazy and then she only comes back in the end. Like, I appreciate that the plot is completely revolved around her, she's important, but I wish that wasn't to the detriment of her screen time. Hopefully in the sequel she just will have more to do, but I guess that's cohesive to how it is in the game and stuff. I mean, Rosalina doesn't really do all that much in the Galaxy games, especially 2, but still. And like, this movie is not the same as the Galaxy games, which I initially thought was a problem, but I think the healthiest mindset for people like me, who are massive Galaxy fans, is to not want the movie to be something it isn't, because it's not attempting to recapture the magic and wonder that Galaxy had. It goes in a different direction to do its own original and distinct thing. It just uses the Galaxy from the Mario movie as its setting, while expanding upon it in its own ways that are incredibly creative and fun and honestly fitting for a movie. But like, any flaws I've mentioned here are more like notes, because I legitimately do not think they bring this movie down at all. I think the worst thing really is just how Rosalina is kinda underused. I was gonna say the fast-ish pace was also a problem, but like, thinking back on it, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. It was way worse in the first film, to be honest. This film just takes everything that made the first movie likable and expands upon it, while adding things that made everything better and removing the things that didn't work. It is the textbook definition of an amazing sequel. It's very easy to brush away a movie's great aspects out of convenience for humor, internet attention, shock value, or drama, to say that this is the Jiggling Keys, the movie, or something, but that is fundamentally missing something deeper that the creators behind this film had the heart to put into it. Because there is something deeper both in this movie and the previous one. You just gotta be open to spot it. This movie has heart. The people behind this movie cared. Like, really cared, and that can't be overlooked because it's something that's getting increasingly rarer every day. Please watch this movie. I mean it. It's good. If you're one of the people that watched it and didn't like it, rewatch it. Like, that sounds like a joke, but honestly, allow yourself to view this movie with different lenses, especially if you were someone influenced by bad critic reception, like I was in the first film. This might actually be my new favorite movie, which, hey, I know I'm just the biggest Mario fan out there, so that's not really surprising. This movie is very specially tailored to Mario and Nintendo fans, but it's just still incredibly fun even for non-fans. I loved it, all my friends loved it, we all had an amazing time. My theater clapped at the end, which honestly, it's been a hot minute since I've had that happen in a movie theater, so that's really saying something. So yeah, I'm happy, guys. I'm very happy.